Welcome, folks, to Heat D. Folks, this is gonna be an incredible heat, in my opinion. Should be really good. We've got a bunch of really good competitors in this one heat, and this is the penultimate heat before we get before the grand final. And the grand final should be pretty good. Just a reminder for all those who haven't watched the past heats. Those in the grand final are 5'9", Purple Assassin, and 3 of Squared. Very nice job by them. And now one of these robots is looking to join them. So let's get into our robots for Melee 1. Okay, so our first robot for Melee 1 is Fish. Now, Fish are off-air runner-ups to, what's it called, to Deception. They have a very strong rivalry with Alabama Slammer. And the reason there are so many holes in the ground on the arena is completely because of Fish. Because Fish, well, it's actually called Sliced Fish, but yeah, Sliced Fish. Pretty good competitor. I'm expecting them to do well, but it is a very packed heat, so we'll see. Our only robot in this melee who has never been to a final, Solar Flare, has had quite a few run-ins with Sliced Fish, and they're a pretty powerful drum. They are basically invertible, though kind of takes some toying around to kind of pretend that they can gyro. But yeah, Solar Flare, if they win this heat, that would be a monumental upset, and would definitely help them. And, I mean, they have a chance. They're not terrible. So we'll see. And our final robot for this melee is Arsenic. Arsenic, are off-air champions, solely because their back wedge is so low to the ground. This has actually come off before. So I'll definitely have to fix that before we get into our first matchup. Into Melee 1 before the match begins. Because this is already coming off. But, yeah. They aren't invertible though, so that's gonna be a big problem, especially in this heat where there is one flipper. So we'll have to see if they can survive. But yeah. All three of these really good competitors are in the arena immediately, and immediately Sliced Salmon almost getting a nice fight onto Arsenic, but failing as Solar Flare comes in for the attack on them. It's really tough when you in the start of the middleweight qualifier, usually for a lot of these robots. It's really hard to figure out what you want to do, because if you go after one robot and somebody's going to third-party you, or do you want a third-party, but then maybe a lot of people are going to end up winning together. But, yeah, so Sliced Salmon doing a nice job controlling Solar Flare around the arena. Arsenic doing a nice job just kind of staying alive here, which is a bit surprising. Of course, they're not invertible. Solar Flare have fought Sliced Salmon multiple times, and their top shows the result of it, so surprised Sliced Salmon hasn't been able to get as good of a bite as I would expect from them. Arsenic flipped over by the 4 flipper, I believe, and Sliced Salmon in prime position to attack Solar Flare here. Took them a bit to realize that, actually, and Solar Flare managed to get away before Sliced Salmon could really do anything. And Sliced Salmon's gonna get thrown out of the arena! Solar Flare are gonna win Melee 1. After that very unexpected victory by Solar Flare, on to our next competitors. So, lightweight champions, we have the Successor to something. Of course, they are the successor to a lightweight champion. And they have a very powerful fidget spinner, which their weapon breaks quite easily as well, though. They're fully invertible, and they've made it out of the heats in some off-air stuff. In an off-air thing I did, in an off-air tournament I did. But they haven't had much competition in the middleweight, so we'll have to really see how well they'll do here. But they do have a big name backing them, so we'll see. Next up is the current off-air champion Nails, who are extremely low to the ground and are completely invertible. These used to be like little claws, but now they are just little pieces of plastic. Just because the claws came off way too easily, and the piece of plastic don't, surprisingly. I mean, I made it so that it didn't. But, yeah, four-wheel drive, pretty good competitor. I think they have a good chance of winning this heat, though their other opponent is definitely going to be a hard one to beat. Your second seed, Huckey Puck. Huckey Puck, of course, the runners-up to last year's middleweight championship, and, of course, off-air middleweight champions. An incredibly good competitor. They do have a problem of just being so powerful for their tiny chassis that they do like to fly out of the arena quite easily, and that's really what happened to them in the last off-air tournament. But they are still very competitive, and being a multi-bot definitely does not hurt them. It's in that capability of absolutely beating their opponents. So definitely probably the favorites for this heat. So let's get into this Melee 2. All three of these robots have been, are former champs, actually. All of these have been champions. Nails immediately going to start off very nicely, shoving the Successor to something up against the wall, almost getting them pinned. Huckey Puck doing a nice job. Oh, they throw themselves way far back, but they managed to actually get the Successor something in position where I don't think they can move, actually. They might be knocked out. Nails are already in trouble. Huckey Puck looking to dominate this one, almost throwing Nails out of the arena right there. Doing a great job so far this match. Both working as a nice team. One Huckey Puck on their side, but the other Huckey Puck sends Nails over. I believe that was Stick. Stick doing a nice job controlling Nails. Ooh, but the floor flipper. Nails gets rimmed by the floor flipper themselves. And the pit goes down. Nails almost with it, just barely survives. The one Huckey Puck will go down with it as the floor flipper goes down. The Successor something does go, somehow manage itself right. Of course, they've already been knocked out, and Nails are stuck, and somehow the Successor something is going to be the last robot standing here. I don't think that'll count, though, just because the Successor to something was already KO'd and probably counted out as well. So, even though they're celebrating, they'll be told the bad news. A bit unfortunate for Successor to something, but that's how it goes. Arsenic versus Huckey Puck now. Huckey Puck in a bit of a poor situation after almost winning that last match. Now they're up against Arsenic, who's doing a nice job controlling both of them. And both Huckey Pucks on their backs. One failing to self-right, that one gonna try to self-right again, just completely failing. And Stick just kind of there. Arsenic's gonna attack Stick, but unable to actually really be able to flip Arsenic. The Stick actually managed to get under Arsenic. And Puck is doing random stuff flying around the arena, but Puck gonna come in on Arsenic, not gonna be able to get under Arsenic. Arsenic doing a great job controlling all of its opponents. Stick right into the wall, goes flying. Puck fails to flip Arsenic, but Stick's gonna flip Arsenic and eliminate them. I was going so well for Arsenic as well, but unfortunately they'll go out as Huckey Puck wins that one. But now onto next redemption. It's the Successor to something versus Sliced Salmon. Both of these robots former champs. I think this may be a bit more of a bigger disappointment for Sliced Salmon if they were to lose this. The Successor to something doing a nice job. The Sliced Salmon's already lost a pin, and they've been throwing across the arena. And the Successor to something's fidget spinner doing a great job dominating Sliced Salmon here, but it's going to be very tough for them to actually win this matchup. Sliced Salmon behind them, going right down into the Successor to something, and that one's going deep. Folks, could we see it go all the way into the grounds of the arena? I think it has, folks. And despite being down a pin, the Sliced Salmon's doing a great job controlling Successor to something. It's not going too well now for Successor to something, but Sliced Salmon will have to let go of their pin. They tried to, they only get out of the floor. Not able to get it out of the Successor to something, flipping themselves over. And the Successor to something's able to actually get in some shots on Sliced Salmon as well, surprisingly. Now on the floor flipper, just being shoved around by the Successor to something's spinner. And now they finally get out unstuck from each other. And Sliced Salmon doing a great job controlling the Successor to something. The Successor to something in big trouble here. Floor flipper, right under it. Oh, Sliced Salmon goes flying. Successor to something really fortunate they were going to not get caught in that. Not sure if the pit went down there. Yes, it did. I wasn't sure if the pit button had been hit. Now, oh, both robots go down the pit. Hey, folks, so, just a bit of a quick update. So, judges had to take a good look at the camera footage. Well, they only took one look, but after a decision, the robot being eliminated here, so they've decided that since clearly the Successor to something was the last robot falling into the pit, and they definitely had the intent to shove Sliced Salmon into the pit, they've ruled that the Successor to something will be moving on, and Sliced Salmon will be eliminated. Well, the Successor to something will be moving on, but very close match that was. Now they're up against Solar Flare, and Solar Flare looking to improve even more and get into the Heat Dino, I believe, for the first time as well. That will be Successor to something that's already been there. They've already won it before. Not fully the tournament, of course, because I didn't have Heats back when they won the Lightweights as well. But they're doing a nice job kind of attacking Solar Flare, but having trouble really spinning up the attack, and both of us just kind of drunkenly hitting each other around the arena. Now they're starting to get into it a bit more. The drum spinner of Solar Flare gonna smack the Successor to something right onto the wall. Gonna knock them back down, oddly enough. That would have been a knockout. Yeah, perhaps a mistake right there. The Successor to something also struggling quite a bit here. Solar Flare gets knocked around the arena. Floor Flipper's gonna try to hit the Successor to something. Solar Flare doing a nice job though, getting around and kind of maneuvering around the Successor to something. Successor to something's gotta get something going. Solar Flare just shoving them around the arena and getting in some nice big hits on them. Oh, right into the wall as well. Solar Flare. Oh, gets smacked by the Successor to something, though. Successor to something still just trying to win this matchup. Pin. I'm not sure if Solar Flare is going to let them down. Will they? Won't they? It's a bit interesting here. Going to smack them again. Might have actually gone to the pit button. And the 4-flip is actually going to get them as well. Interesting. Solar Flare, though, celebrating, I believe, as they believe they have won this match, and they have. Well, folks, Solar Flare moving on. Successor to something not done for us. They will go to the 3rd place playoff to get into that Rumble. But now it's Huckey Puck versus Nails. Nails doing a nice job controlling both of them. And Stick, I believe that was Stick, just goes flying out of the arena trying to self-right. Nails, I'm not sure, I don't think they're under Puck, but now Puck able to get a nice shot on them. Goes flying into the wall. May have actually been able to go, might have almost went out there. Nails, though, getting under Puck, shoving them right into the wall right there. Puck having a bit of trouble getting under Nails. Oh, they do there. Now a nice big hit. And a second one. Nails in trouble here. Puck, though, are facing Robot twice its size without its brother, or without its sister, I'm not sure. Puck goes flying backwards as well. And they go flying out of the arena. What was that? Well, folks, after that amusing KO by Nails, who didn't even do much, it's the Successor to something versus Huckey Puck. And what a good match that just was. But now, Puck and Stick are looking for redemption, trying to get into that Rumble. They want to be there. Almost. Puck almost goes flying out of the arena. Stick almost does too, trying to just get flips and self-right. Stick flying and not getting knocked out of the arena somehow. They actually managed to flip themselves over correctly. Very good for them. Successor to something pinning Stick, though. Puck need to help their fellow Huckey Puck member. Oh! Puck sent themselves out trying to flip the Successor to something. Oh no, it's down to Stick. Stick in trouble as well. They need to pull something out of here. They've almost got the Successor to something. They do! The Successor to something has been pinned, but saved by the floor flipper. Almost. They almost had them, but now Stick, if they do lose this match, that will have been painfully cruel. So close. Successor to something over the floor flipper, get knocked back. Stick in a position to try to win this. They need self-right, though. If they fail that self-right, they do not. Ram into the pit button. Successor to something trying to get off, but the bottom of their robot failing to actually, got caught on the arena pit. And now the pit's gone down. The Successor to something's gonna lose. On to our final, my goodness, what a match. Nails versus Solar Flare. This one should also be good. We're hoping for 3 back-to-back good matches. Nails, though, immediately getting flung around the arena. I think I actually moved around the arena a bit here. Nails gonna fly into the wall, slamming Solar Flare, and somehow they go out of the arena. Nails, in a shocking play, wins this. Off their champs are gonna stay alive just a bit longer. And they have proven themselves here. As for Solar Flare, they'll have to go into the Rumble. And so Huckey Puck will join them. But, I mean, what a great heat that was. I hope to see you folks all next time. So have a great day.